Welcome back. In this video's lecture, we are trying to solve some of the objective type questions, right? In the previous videos, we have seen what is the concepts of the vibrations, right? What is the need to study the vibrations and how to develop the equivalent stiffness constant of the spring, and similarly some of the problems we have solved, right? In this case, I am going to be giving with the help of those knowledge, and we are trying to solve the present objective type questions here. The first question here is, if the mass of the body increases 9 times. So I am going to be reading the question again. If the mass of the body increases 9 times. So that means, so in this case, the mass of the system is going to be increases the 9 times. So then what will happen? The frequency decreases 3 times. Option A. Second option, frequency increases 3 times. Option B. Frequency does not change. Option C. It will be 0. Option D. So in this case, which one is going to be the correct one? Either the 3 times decreases, increases, does not change, or it's going to be 0. To understand this one, and we know the frequency equation, right? So what is the frequency? Fn is equal to, we will have the formula 1 by 2 pi square root of k by m. This is the formula in this case. Can you see here? And the natural frequency of the system is directly proportional to the spring of the system, right? That is the stiffness of the system. And second one, it's going to be inversely proportional to the mass. Then E is mentioned 9 times of for the mass. So if I am going to be substituting in this equation 1 by 2 pi the square root of k by 9m, I am going to be 9 times the mass is increases, means I am going to be multiplying with the 9 with the mass. So then I am going to be taking out of the root, then what I am going to be getting 1 by 2 pi 1 by 3 square root of k by m. Then it is going to be very clear that the mass is inversely proportional to the mass. That means, that frequency is inversely proportional to the mass. Then what happened here is 1 by 3 is there. That means the frequency of the system will going to be reduces to 3 times. So it is not going to be increases the 3 times, rather than it is going to be decreases to the 3 times when the mass is going to be increases. If you are able to understand the relations between this frequency and the stiffness of the spring and the mass of the system, the stiffness is going to be directly proportional to frequency, and the mass is inversely proportional this one. In this case, 9 times it has increased, then multiplied with the 9, then I took out from the root. Then what is the value? We are getting the 3 from the outside. Then finally, the frequency of the system will going to be reduces to 3 times. Then the answer is going to be A. So this is the answer is going to be the right one. Thank you. So the second problem here is the equivalent stiffness of a spring connected in a parallel having a stiffness K1 and K2 can be written as option A 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2, option B K1 plus K2, option C 1 by K1 minus 1 by K2, the D none of the above. So what do you want to identify from this question? So the equivalent stiffness of the spring are connected in parallel. So then what happened here? I am going to be taking the diagram of that one. That means the text I am going to be converting into the pictorial view so that I can understand that question easily. So that I am taking the fixed end, the springs are connected in this way. And this is the K1 and this is the K2. Now the springs are in the parallel to each other, then how to calculate the equivalent stiffness of this one? That Ke is equal to, what is the formula we do have? That's one going to be K1 plus K2 we are going to be taking. So when you are going to be converted that into pictorial view, that is the K1 and K2, as we know that the equivalent stiffness of the spring for the parallel connections, that is equal to K1 and K2, because the deflection whatever you are getting, x is equal to x1 is equal to x2, but the load is applied on the system, that is equal to be F is equal to F1 plus F2. On these two bases we have determined this one. That is going to be, what is the answer in this one? The B is going to be the right answer. That's going to be K1 plus K2. Thank you. In the third objective type question here, the main properties of a vibrating system are. What is the main properties of a vibrating system? So here the option A, mass, stiffness and damping. See, the stiffness and damping and none of the above. We have derived the equation of motion, right? What is the combination of the derived that's equation of motion? We have seen there is a mass is there, right? And there is a stiffness is there. The next one, the damping also going to be there. If I am going to be taking the mechanical system, means that's totally equation of motion and the properties are going to be we are defining with respect to. This is going to be your spring and this is your damper and this is your mass. This is the K, C and the mass. So there we can see here, if you consider the mechanical vibrating system is, it consists of the three elements compulsory. That's going to be the spring and the damper and the mass. Right? On these three bases, we are going to be defining the properties of the vibrating system. So from this one, the mass, stiffness and the damping answer is going to be the right answer. So in the fourth objective type question here, if the spring mass system with M and spring stiffness K is taken to very high altitude, the natural frequency of the longitudinal vibrations. So here he has taken the mass and the spring system to the high altitudes. So then what is the effect on the natural frequency when they are in the longitudinal vibrations? It is subjected. So then first A is going to be increases, D decreases, C remain unchanged and D may increases or decreases depending upon the value of the mass. To solve this one, first we need to write the natural frequency of the system. What is the natural frequency here? Fn is equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of A by M. In this case, can you see stiffness and the mass? These two parameters are influencing on the natural frequency. It is very clear that these high altitudes are not influencing on the natural frequency of the system. But if the mass will change, frequency will change. Stiffness will change, frequency will change according to the directly proportional or inversely proportional. But altitude parameter we don't have in our equation. It is very clear that whatever the altitudes we are taking the above the mean position or mean middle position of your reference, it is not going to be effective. That's going to be very clear. And in this case, the mass is going to be. So in this case, is it going to be increases or decreases? That's very clear that it is not increasing nor decreasing. That means this is going to be A and B answers are going to be the wrong answer. And one more thing, the D is there, may increase or decrease depending upon the value of the mass. As we know that the mass cannot change with respect to the position, either at the ground level or above the ground level or below the ground level, the mass cannot be changed. But the weight of the system will going to be changed according to the position. Right? In this case, the mass is going to be cannot be changed, then the frequency is going to cannot be. So in this case, D also going to be the wrong answer. Then what's the right answer? That's going to be remains unchanged. This is going to be the right answer. This is the way we need to solve the objective questions. Is not only the identifying the right answer. If you have that kind of subjects, first we need to identify the wrong answers, then we can go for the right one, so that we can get the good judgment in our solution.